Hey guys, so it is now October 19th, around almost 1 in the morning, and it's been a little over a month now that I have stopped working at my job, and I wasn't sure, like I kept debating whether or not I should film this or post this up anywhere or whatever, but honestly, I think people should know. And don't get me wrong, I did not hate my boss. I did not hate anybody that worked at my job. To be honest, I actually really love my job. And I would say that it may have been the best job I've ever had so far. And the truth is, actually, I'm not sure what the truth is. I just know that it's unfair the way I was treated or the way things happened to be. But like I said, I have nothing against anybody. I pretty sure, like 100%, if not, like you could correct me, or whoever worked there could correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't really had problems with nobody, and I was friends with everybody, all my coworkers, all my bosses. I did nothing to be disrespectful, to be disobedient, or I genuinely love my job, and I like the people that I work with. Otherwise, why would I stay there for so long? So if you guys didn't know, I used to work at this go-karting place called 401 Mini Indy, and I've worked there for over a year, and my last shift was actually September 7th, 2018. Sorry, September September 5th. Yeah, so September 5th, and that was my last shift. So I went out about my shift, but even before then, things have been like very shady and whatever. Like, my boss is not real, sort of giving me like the cold shoulder, not necessarily being disrespectful, but being dry, so to speak. So September 5th was my last day technically working there, and mind you guys, at not at all was I ever told that I was fired, or even if I wasn't told what was the reason. And that's unacceptable. That's totally unfair. I did nothing but do my job, do what I was told. I love my job so much that you can ask anybody. I care for that place so much, as if it was my home. I loved my job. I loved where I worked. And that's why it just sucks that I don't want to be doing this video and I don't really know what to say other than just tell my story, my side of the story. It's been over a month now and I haven't been scheduled. And I haven't done no legal action towards it, which maybe I should have, but it seems like a little too late now. But what would I get out of it? even if I did get some money, some to be compensated. But I don't want that. I just want my job. That's how much I love my job. I loved seeing new faces and hearing people say, especially kids, you know what I mean? But mind you, we do have the fastest go-karts in all of Ontario indoor go-karts. It's run by gas. We do have the fastest ones, so they are meant for adults. But kids can ride in the slower cars. And so it just brings a lot of joy having kids leave with a big smile on their face because they had such a great experience. I love talking to people. I love creating new relationships and seeing repeat people like regular customers. Honestly, it was a good place. Like, it was a very good place. So that's why it just sucks up to what happened to me now. That like I'm not working there anymore. And before September came around, so school here in Ontario or whatever, school starts in September. And so my boss asked everybody for their availability. So I gave him my availability, working the regular days that I already been working. And then he added that every employee must be able to work the weekends. And so far, like when I first started, yes, I did work weekends, but then I was able to take it off. So for the longest time, I wasn't working weekends anymore. And so since it would be fair to everybody that's what he said, that everybody had to work weekends. So I explained to him that I'd prefer not to work weekends, but if I did, I would want to work weekends with one of like certain people, but not because like they're my friends or whatever, but because they can drive me home. I told my boss that I didn't feel comfortable taking the bus home alone at night, right? You know, females or whatever shouldn't be walking home alone in the night or taking the bus and this and that. And so yeah, I told that to my boss. And so, you know, thinking that he'll be understanding, like if he were to give me the shift that I did put in my availability, just as long as I was working with certain managers that like could drive me home, I would have been cool. It would have been perfect, right? But you know, because that's what you would think, like, okay, I'm sure my boss can accommodate for it, like he'll be understanding. And like I understand that it's not his job to figure out how we go to and come home from work. And that's totally understandable. It's just, you know, like I did voice that just so that I can let him know. And so what he did was, first of all, I said my availability for all the days that I could work, and the weekend that I chose was Sunday evening. And yes, I said I didn't want to take the bus home in the nighttime, or I don't like taking the bus home in the nighttime, but Sunday evening with a specific, I don't want to name names, but with a specific manager. And then I asked if I could work that night with a specific manager. My boss said yes, and with other people as well. So I thought that, okay, then that's fine. I don't mind working with other people. I just want to make sure I have a ride home. So from there, I thought we were cool, like everything was fine. I could still work the days that I have, and if I really did need to, I could work the weekend that I was available for. The September 5th was a Wednesday. the schedule, because mind you, he is our boss and he is in charge of scheduling. But he would put the schedule up basically the week of. So you're supposed to check it every single day. When normal professional people will put your schedule up and know your availability from like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a week ahead. But so we would have to basically wait so long for the schedule up to know when we're working, because he likes to change things so it's not a fixed schedule. So that week he put me on my regular days and he added me on the Sunday morning. So I messaged him, when was it? I worked on the 5th. I messaged him on the 7th, which I believe was a Friday. And I said, hey, so-and-so, I won't be able to work Sunday morning. He said, oh, okay, why? Oh, I said, I won't be able to work Sunday morning. So-and-so could take my shift. It's okay to take my shift. I already told them and they said it was fine. He said, okay, sure. He said, okay, but why? And I said, because it's not in my availability. And he's replied, okay. Since then, I haven't been scheduled at all. My regular shifts are not my regular shifts anymore. Like, isn't that kind of messed up? His reason to it, when I spoke to him a little bit later, I messaged him again. I said, you haven't scheduled me. Is everything okay or whatever? Like, do I still work here? He goes, you told me you couldn't take the bus in the nighttime, so I put you in the daytime so that you could take the bus in the daytime. But mind you, I told him my availability was in the nighttime because I do stuff during the day. Like, I have another job for the weekends, but I never told him that. But even so, isn't it not based on what he wants me to work, but isn't it based on like my availability? We definitely do have enough people to go around everybody's availability, but yet he wanted to choose my availability for me, is basically what it comes down to. And so he said, you didn't want to take the bus in the nighttime, and so I put you in the daytime so that you can take the bus in the daytime. But I said, okay, I'm like, sorry, I think there's a miscommunication, but I said my availability would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think I said Thursday as well, and then Sunday evenings with so-and-so or so-and-so so that it can drive me home. So what he did was use an excuse that he did use, that not an excuse, but use the reason that he did take into consideration that I said I didn't like to take the bus, but he decided to put me on a time that I wasn't available to work, to see if I'll work that work. Then I couldn't. I told him that. And so then now he permanently took me off the schedule. But mind you, not once did he tell me I was fired or give me a reason why I was fired. It was just that. And it's been over a month now, guys. I don't know if there's other employers or bosses out there that do that to their employees, especially employees that are good, who actually love their job, who did not do anything wrong. Because if I did, you couldn't come and tell me. Obviously, that's your job. You're my boss. You're supposed to call me out on things if I'm doing things wrong. But like, I did not fight no other employees. I did not have like disagreement or like there was no tension or fuse between anybody. Like, I was literally nice to everybody, friends with everybody, because like I'm the type of person that wants everybody to like me. And my boss liked me in the beginning. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did to, if I hurt his feelings or said something for him to basically fire me without telling me that I'm fired. Because he's done this before. He's done this to previous employees, sorry. And they're my friends. And so it is wrong. And I would like to know if there are other jobs or people who've been through or going through the same thing that I'm going through with the injustice of or unfairness of losing their job for no reason. I hope you guys can help me out and help other people who are dealing with the same thing and what we should do or what we can do. But I'm not trying to like move on and forget about it and just like let it slide. You know what I mean? Like, I was hurt. I am hurt. And that's not nice or that's not right. I love my job so much, guys. I loved it so much. And that's why like I wasn't sure to film a video or whatever talking about it, because I don't want nothing, no bad reviews or bad thoughts or whatever misunderstanding about the workplace itself, the business itself. Because honestly, it's fun, like, you know, working at a go-karting place, having the fastest go-karts. Like, is that not a sick job or what? And that's why it just sucks, because I genuinely love that place, and I would do anything to get my job back. But obviously not come down to having other people, even if it is my boss, choosing my availability for me. If I'm not available to work that day, you can definitely find somebody else, because we have a lot of other staff members that are willing to take it or that can take it. Why would you have to force me to work that day when I really can't? When you could give me other days. You know what I mean? So it just really sucks. And I would really like to have this dealt with and have my job back. Get to see my friends again that work there. You know? And go back to my normal life. I thought if I just wait, you know, maybe he didn't. Maybe he's training new people. Doesn't want me on for those couple of weeks. And now I'm thinking, I don't know. He's probably never going to put me back on. But I'm not fired. There's no proof that he fired me or gave me a reason why I cannot work there anymore. It's just so unfair, guys. I don't know how else to say it. I miss the place. I really do. please share this video, like this video, and if you guys have stories like this, I would love to know, and tell me in the comments down below and what your guys' situations is, and or how I can handle my situation. Thanks for watching. Bye.